Verbally Effective with Ina Esco is an interview-style podcast that intersects art, culture, politics, and entertainment with a Memphis focus. With producer Sana Marie. Each week, I'm joined by a featured guest with roots in Memphis. Verbally Effective delves into each guest's personal journey to uncover the incredible stories fueling their purpose, the highs and lows of their pursuits, and how through their passion, they are moving the culture forward. Be sure to follow Verbally Effective and Ina Esco on Instagram. Also, download the Verbally Effective podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play Music. Don't forget to check out the website and submit to be a guest at verballyeffective.com. Hey guys, it's your double E, Ina Esco, the host of the Verbally Effective podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode. Now, you know I'm talking to the movers and shakers in the city of Memphis and surrounding areas. Now, we're talking to people in the areas of art, culture, politics, entertainment. And today I have with me a special gentleman, not only because he's my brother in real life, but he is also a tax agent with EdXact Tax Prep, who is a sponsor for our show. And also, he is the president of the Union for Local 352G. What's up, Emile G, Sigee Jr.?
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Yes, nice to meet you.
Yes. Like, first of all, those of you looking at the video, do we look alike? Do we look alike? Like, this is like, how many years are you older than me?
Two.
So tell everybody where you are originally from, which is where I'm from as well.
Well, we from Beaumont, Texas. That's where our family from. And I left Beaumont in the 10th grade, moved to St. Louis, graduated high school in St. Louis, Ferguson, Florissant, where all that stuff happened. Mm-hmm. Graduated there and then joined the Army in high school, retired out the Army, disabled veteran. Worked for Dupont last 18 years.
Making that long money.
Matriculated
that
through
Dupont
there.
Money.
Went to school. Like I said, I was a disabled veteran. Went to school, got 3 degrees. Knocked them all out. Graduated with you when you got your master's. So whole family came to our commencement. Had both of us in it. So it was a beautiful day. That's pretty much it.
Let me ask you this. Do you miss the military?
Not at all. Especially what's going on right now. Not at all.
How do you feel about what's going on with Ukraine and Russia right now? Because you were in the thick of it when you were in the Army. So
if you want it to happen, you want it to happen on their land. So you want it away from America. But we can't be the world police.
Okay.
Gets you nothing. Because what's happening is people of our hue and our descendants and our diaspora is the ones out there paying that cost.
Really?
Because we are the ones that need the college money because college prices are ridiculous. We need right now inflation is ridiculous.
Horrible.
So people like us are going into the military looking for a leg up. And then we end up in a war in a land we never been to, a language we don't speak, people who don't want us there.
Yeah, but you know what's fascinating and also very disheartening to me is looking at the coverage, right? You looking at people that are dead on the street, women, kids.
Yes.
And Putin keeps saying, I'm
protecting them from the Nazis, is what he said.
He is acting like that.
To which
he's acting like a Hitler
the president
Jr.
of that country is Jewish.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
But it's like I want to help them, but I feel like you said, we need to stay out of their business.
Well, also, you got to realize NATO, that's not a NATO country. So for us to get involved in that, we would be breaking our NATO pact. So it's repercussions for that. So when people want to put us on Front Street,
that's what they're doing.
They need to do their research. We don't get to just go over there and say what we want to because that would be Putin's excuse to do whatever he wants.
And he's doing whatever he wants right now.
Yes, so that's
it's like
on them other countries.
Biden card.
Them other countries need to be doing something. It's like they waiting on us. No, y'all right there. Y'all need to do something. Y'all need a pound of flesh in this fight. Y'all can't be waiting on us to come all the way from across the water to do none of this.
But all these countries have been dependent on us for forever.
Yeah, that could stop right now.
But I don't think Biden's going to stop.
Not at all. He not built like that.
What do you if Trump was in power right now?
Gangster. Trump none of this would happen. I'm not a Trump fan whatsoever.
But do you think he would have blew Putin up by now?
No, that's his buddy. That's his buddy. When they say this wouldn't have happened, it didn't have to happen because that man
Yeah, him and Trump are buddies.
Yes,
That's because he was telling Putin all our secrets.
He was doing something. I ain't gonna go that far, but he was doing something.
Okay.
But the way he runs business, he does it now and worry about the repercussions later. Whereas everybody else, like, I don't know if we should do this, man. That man, they'll just do what he wants.
Yeah.
When he wants.
How do you think this is all going to end?
Very ugly. It's going to be a lot of babies dead, a lot of women dead, and they need to show all of it on TV every chance they get so that people can see the truth of what Putin's doing. If you don't show it, he's going to keep lying. If you keep seeing the death of it.
And that's what's horrible.
If you see the mortality of it.
How is this going to end, you think?
He's going to take that country like he took Crimea in 2016. So Obama wasn't no better. Obama just let it happen.
Yeah, Obama didn't do that.
Just let it happen, man. We talking about some other stuff. Them people dead in the street. Obama just let it happen. So now, dude, just a bully. Well, if I could take that little piece, let me take this other piece on the other side. Now, Ukraine is like the size of New England. The size of Ukraine is huge.
It's huge.
Yes, he taking all that.
And it's so interesting to me how they're apart. They're sitting in between everything in Russia, but don't belong to Russia.
Yeah. Chernobyl, which was in the USSR, which is where they did all the atomic research and everything. That's
the
in the
nuclear
Ukraine.
stuff. Yeah.
That's Ukraine. And now some of that stuff is leaking. And me working with hazardous material in my job, I know you can't just anybody clean up a hazmat situation. So
right, let's talk about that because you're over there at Dupont, and we know Dupont is synonymous with, a lot of chemicals. Like, what are the top chemicals they produce?
Well, I can't get into no specifics, but we mostly known for safety around the world. They sell their safety programs, safety systems, safety training. But DuPont makes over 1,100 products. But we just got sold to a Czech Republic company called Dreslavka. We got sold December 1st. So now we're Dreslavka.
How's that going?
It's all right as of now.
But
I'm the union president.
You're the union president. So
we have a new contract coming up, and we bumping heads. So I don't even like shaking hands. Like,
let everybody know, EJ, what do you do in your role as the union president? Because when you think of a union, a lot of companies have dismantled unions across the nation.
Yes, and this is a
right
to
have a
state.
union still that you are president of, that's speaking volumes.
Our dispensation is from 1968, February 1968. So we like grandfathered in. And as the union president, I'm the fiduciary of all things overseen for 4 companies. It's Dreslavka, Lucite, Arkema, and Lennox. They all used to be DuPont, and DuPont sold them into little pieces, and then we was the final piece to get sold. But we still have the same union. So these are all the same people I've been knowing for the last 20 years other than newer people. But with this, we deal with chemicals. And I can't get into specifics for proprietary reasons, but it's very specific. You need licenses for certain things. You need all kinds of
You got to wear a
training.
suit.
Yes, acid suit, full acid suit, heat suits.
I'd be worried about you over there, but you still there, so I know
take
you
it dead
thriving.
serious. There's no days off. I clock in to work. I clock in mentally.
That's why y'all make the big money, right?
Hey, hold up now. Don't talk about my pockets now. We do all right. We do all right. We up there. Well, look, Valero make more than us.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring that up in negotiations. We competing with them. Valero make more than us.
So you guys are on good terms right now, as of with the new buyout.
Yes, we are. And I like who I work for, and I like who I work with. The thing is, I can compartmentalize. I can like you all day and then still say, inflation is this much. I need at least this much plus some more. I don't care how you don't understand that. Because if we're not competing with inflation, that raise is not a raise. The raise needs to be at least inflation.
At least.
Yes. And the math they talking is specific numbers. I'm talking percentages. So
wow.
It's not how you operate business. And then we're operating on an international level with Dreslavka now. So I have to have my international reps from my union. So my international reps come with us because without my position as president, I can't do something for the international part. So that takes my signature plus the international rep. So that's better because the big wigs get to come from Columbus, Ohio, and see what we're dealing with. And people play a little nicer when they playing with a higher pedigree. You know, it's like, okay, this the international rep.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's the international rep right there.
Now, you know, with you over there at Dupont and the global supply chain just being a hot mess right now, has that, you know, interrupted what you guys are doing as far as production over there?
Our production, we can't make it fast enough, so we can't make it fast enough for what we're making where I'm at. But the problems that I have seen is rail service and all that stuff that should be coming in a day or two now can't, because we're talking about international. Some stuff come from Windsor, Canada.
And it's literally sitting on the train in the
or
cart.
sitting out in the ocean.
Or the ocean.
Boxcars. Yeah,
or in a trailer.
Yes.
And no one can get to it.
Yes.
That's what they saying on the phone.
Some stuff will be sitting down here off Main, sitting in the stockyard out here, and we need it now, and it's here. And because there's not enough people, some people quit, supply and demand, they can't even move it.
Yeah.
So we might need it as much as we need it, but other people in front of us, you got to move all this stuff, got a big old stockyard, you know, so it's a lot of moving parts that go into everything. I don't think people realize it when they say, just do this, just do that. No, that affects 10, 12 different things, and it's all concomitant. You need this to do this, to do this, to do that. It's not as simple as I just want to do this.
Right. Now, you know, you mentioned DuPont is known for safety. How were things affected when COVID hit? Like, did you have to change your safety standards?
Yes. They were strictly enforced. That 6 to 10 feet was serious, you know, so we couldn't even meet in rooms. We had to meet outside, you know, to do meetings, you know, and I mean, you had to have that mask on at all
times. Has it laxed any since the mandates are lifting?
With them, not me. Ooh. We didn't have some people die. You know, we didn't have, you know, for whatever they did probably outside of work, because at work you totally covered up. But I was in Korea when all this started in 02, 03. And I remember calling home like, hey, man, they got buckets of people that they dumping in a ditch and setting on fire because they don't want the sickness to get out. And all they called it out here was some super flu, super bug. No, that was coronavirus.
Back in 02, 03.
02, 03, when I was in Korea. When I was calling you from Korea. Yes, so I take it dead serious. In less than 4 months, 50, 60,000 people died in Seoul, Korea. I was outside Seoul. I'm like, oh, no. So I take it dead serious.
Well, you know.
Microban, all that. Hey, I'm spraying it all.
Look, we back outside as of, what's today's date? Yes, March 2022. It look like it's whatever now.
That's foolish.
It's foolish.
It didn't go away. It's a virus. It morphs. That's foolish. You should always do your due diligence.
Okay. Well, let's get into EdXact Tax Prep, because, you know, it's tax season. Y'all need y'all taxes done out there. And, you know, you are a tax agent with them. And some of the questions I wanted to ask you regarding EdXact Prep is, you know, what sets you all apart from the many people that we can call to do our taxes other than H&R Block, Jimmy over there on Union Avenue? You know, what sets you all apart from the rest?
What we're giving you is a small, intimate relationship. We're not just trying to do your taxes. We're trying to show you how to leverage yourself. We're trying to teach you that there's other options. I can't compete with the conglomerates, like say H&R Block, Hewitt's, and people like that, or what the Tax Pro, what the software, whatever.
But let me tell you, they mess up.
Yes.
Because I've had to amend many a times messing with them. I had to find somebody else.
Well, come your way. Okay. What we do is, with that relationship that we building with you, I'm trying to make you my commercial. I'm trying to give you the best attention that I can give you. I go to all the tax classes, and I usually go to people around here that have tax classes, updates. It's a lot of update. One thing Trump did do, not a Trump fan, he was very much for businesses. And the rules that he has laxed or changed, even though Mr. Biden is president, they didn't change none of those rules. And those rules are very favorable for small business owners, LLC, S Corp. There's a big difference between two. It's a nuanced difference, but it's a big difference. One's not worth doing until you meet a certain criteria, a certain amount of money. When you do that, now it's time to go to the S Corp. But I go in it looking for you to be a customer for life. So I'm not just trying to, some of these places you just drop your stuff off. Hey, give me a call in 2 weeks.
Or do it virtual. Or, email it to them. Don't even look at them face to face.
With me, I'm constantly asking questions. I have a prep, we did a prep template. And we have this template where I'm not calling you just for nonsense. This template got about 20 questions. Off them questions is how I'm going to go about looking into what you qualify for. And with me and my boss, he couldn't make it today. Well, my co-owner. He already owned it before I bought a piece of the company. He couldn't make it this time. But with Greg, we invest in the most up-to-date software. Mm-hmm. And that software is like as of 2 months ago, as of December. Mm-hmm. So it costs to play. Yeah. And when you do that and you plug certain things in, it gives you several options and everything. Yeah. And my thing is I want you to understand what's going on. Like I said, last year with people, these PPP loans and all that, oh, my God, it's ridiculous. Yes. You have certain criteria. I don't want to go too deep into it, but for the PPP loan, one criteria is that you had a profit of $20,000. It was people with no jobs, and the next thing you know, had a PPP loan. And then whoever did your paperwork is charging you $4,000-$5,000.
Yes.
That whole loan is yours. Mm-hmm. You owe that whole 20 plus, whatever you get. Mm-hmm. And the government coming. They coming.
But you know what? Something with that PPP loan, I saw a lot of people get forgiven. As soon as they got it, did the paperwork, forgiven. Like it never happened.
Man, that's a blessing. That's their ancestors was
not
paying
sure
for
what
them.
The criteria was because I didn't get.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I didn't get a PPP loan.
Hopefully, that was people who really had the business and they was on a hardship. That's what it would be called. But for the people who don't, this is who the IRS is going to target. Mm-hmm. The people who can't afford a tax attorney ain't going to say how much for how long. Man, just don't put me in jail. How much for how long? How much I owe you for how long? What's the term? Because
Biden administration, he said he putting the best of the best in place to get you PPP folk.
Man, they was getting, it was ridiculous. I had people coming to me, man, how you had no kids and got 4, 5 kids, now they all that's a business? No, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't put me in a situation to where I'm uncomfortable, and I wouldn't do that with you. Yeah. So first thing I was thinking, who's doing these people paperwork? Mm-hmm. They need to be in just as much trouble.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them.
Hey, I've heard the horror story. Because the first thing I'm telling people, like I told you, I was like, you have to have a profit of $20,000. Not just have a business. Because, in your first 4 to 5 years, the government expects you to lose your business. That's why you can write off a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So you tell them you had no business, never owned a business, barely had a job, and now you have a business with profit 20 plus thousand. Mm-hmm. So that's your investment, supplies, everything. You done got back out the red into the black and made 20 G.
Crazy.
No, they coming for you.
So these PPP people, they need to be doing their taxes, and them taxes better look right, huh?
Yes. Just because you're getting audited does not mean you did anything wrong. The government, you have audits at your job. I know my job have audits, and we're just checking on things. If your I's are dotted and T's are crossed, you good. They won't stand long. They won't stay long. Mm-hmm. They won't hold up nothing.
Wow.
Yep. But people hear audit, man, I get, oh, man, what you do wrong? Didn't do nothing wrong. You getting audited because you're making more money. You might have had a $15,000 increase or, might have had a divorce or have a new child or something. They're looking at those kind of deviations.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So now how can everybody get in touch with you over there at EdXact Prep?
Okay, we have an office. It's off Summer, 3540 Summer Avenue, Suite 414. But you get up with me on esigee, esigee, at EdXact, ACTTAXPREP.com, EdXactTaxPrep.com. Please get with me. I'm ready to take that burden off you, help you out, and get you what you're supposed to get. And I treat you like family. I treat everybody like family.
And you know what? When we first started the pod, you kind of went right into Esco's Pop Talk, which was about Ukraine and Russia. Gave us your thoughts. We talked about your business with TaxExact Prep. Now, let's talk about the Omega Man of Emile G, Sigee Jr. Because you and your brothers are out.
We be out.
What y'all got going on right now since y'all out?
We got all kind of stuff. A couple of cigar bars around Memphis, owned by the bros. We work a lot, just panhandle, period. Right now is a time for everybody to come together. With the Greeks, I don't care what your Greek organization is, we all belong to one. We all have a chosen way of life, which is the Greek organization. With that being said, we're supposed to uplift our community. And what I see now is, I don't care if it's Alpha, Sigma, Iota, Kappa, we come together and we getting stuff done. I love what the Sigma's doing. I see a lot in Whitehaven areas, a lot of Alphas doing things. My chapters out of Germantown, we all over. You have a chapter out here in South Memphis.
Shout
E5.
out your chapter. Shout out
Sigma
your
Lambda,
chapter.
the outstanding Sigma Lambda. We out here doing it. We taking care of the kids and the old folks and helping. Like we do a thing with Lemoyne Orange once a year where we get with Ccii chapter, Lemoyne Orange chapter.
It's their
Omega
week
Psi
this
Phi.
week, I believe.
Yep, and what we do is we change out the batteries in everybody's
Smoke
house.
detectors.
Yeah, smoke detectors in like 2-3 block radius. Because a lot of fires, when they happen, the smoke detectors don't have a battery. And for all y'all single females, every time when y'all on TV or y'all on YouTube and we hear that deep, deep,
They get on your
that
nerves.
the battery needs to be changed. That's what that is.
It's a lot of people
Oh, my
going
God.
live and you hear boop.
Deep. Every 45 seconds. If that don't get on your nerves, well, I'm from the military. Something like that bothers me all day.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah, I've seen the work that you all have done with Omega Psi Phi. I've actually worked with you all before. I would love to continue that relationship. At this point, I have a new segment called Hey Man, Say Man.
That's what's up.
And, you know, it's real Memphis, but this is a time for you to be transparent, right?
Okay, hold up now.
Full transparency.
You can get grabbed. We family.
Okay. And you know, your responses are your responses. I want you to tell the verbally effective audience one thing that you are and one thing that you're not.
What I am, I'm a great father.
Okay, yes you are.
I wear that proudly. What I'm not is anybody's fool.
Oh.
I have a statement that I live by. You heard me say it. I measure twice and cut once.
Okay.
And when I deal with you straightforward. I'm not coming at you sideways. If you confused, that's on you. It's not because of what I said. And if you need me to hear it, I'm going to say it just one more time.
Okay, you don't mess around here.
Nah, I don't play.
Okay, last Hey Man, Say Man. What's the one thing you don't mind spending a lot of money on?
Me. I don't mind spending a lot of money on me. I've sacrificed most of my life. Disabled veteran, so I had to do some things to get disabled. And nobody here even knew about it. It doesn't even matter. So I had to learn how to treat me first. When you get on that airplane and that stewardess say, who you put the oxygen on first?
Okay.
Yourself. If I'm not the best me, I can't be the best me for you. I don't mind spending on me. But I'm a good steward of my money.
Right.
I can honestly say I can't remember a day I ever been broke.
Okay.
If I
you spend them. Yeah, he took me for an early birthday dinner at Porch and Paula, and we had the
This how I
surf
treat
and
my
turf,
family.
and
Listen
then
to
the
this.
waitress came and gave the special, which was an extended version of the surf and turf.
Get
He was
what
like,
you want.
get that. I'm like, no, I do
Get
not
what you
need all
want.
that. But my brother spoils me. Last question: why are you still in Memphis? What do you love about Memphis?
Man, Memphis has loved me since day one. I bought my house the day before Hurricane Katrina happened. Remember, I was still in the Army. I moved my family here, and since day one, Memphis has opened its doors. Now, coming from St. Louis, I was nervous moving here. People waving at you, don't know. I'm sitting up here like, man, I'm from a city. They don't do that. I didn't realize how nice people were. I had to catch up with the lingo down here. Bless their heart does not mean bless their heart down here in the South.
What bless your heart mean
Man.
down here?
Poor little dum-dum. Bless your heart is not a good thing. For,
They looking at you crazy. Bless your heart.
Yeah, but that's what it is.
Okay, so you still here rocking in the M. And you know I love you, big brother. Like, we done been through some things, but we're still close as ever, and I appreciate everything that you do.
Can I explain something?
Yes.
This is my beautiful sister. We Creole. A lot of people don't know what Creole is.
Oh, he had to bring the Creole up.
Because people think we some sauce that go on shrimp. Like, they think Creole something made
What is
up.
Creole?
Let me see. Creole, what it was, some French people were brought here, and they were brought to Nova Scotia. It was called Arcadia. Now it's called Nova Scotia. And as the natives didn't kill them and they assimilated with the natives, then they brought over the Irish. So everything was a caste system. So the lowest was the French, then it was the Irish and all that. So they pushed them out pretty much. At this time, they came down through the Louisiana Purchase because they was pushed out as, they was not wanted. And they came down through the Louisiana Purchase, ended up down in New Orleans, swamps, bayous. Now, our people were already intermingling. It was already because you already had trade going from the Caribbean to New Orleans and other ports down there. Plus, a lot of natives, we know from the way we was raised, Indians looked like us. We did not see no Indians look like certain other groups. We looked at that like that's not what they. Now we got family, that's not what it looked like. So we take in people. Our diaspora period. Black people will take in anybody that need help, and we took them in, and we accepted them and they assimilated, and it didn't get back, let's say, races till it had to separate again until it got back into the cities. Because when you got back to the cities, same people who we helped out in the bayous and everything, they was told by these people that looked like them, like, oh, y'all, we can separate that now. That's separated in the city. Y'all can do that out there in the country. But Creole is Black, French, and Indian. And we are Ccii Indian. That's the tribe we come from. We Black, French, and Indian. Whereas Cajun is Cajun, or Arcadia, Cajun, which is the French, and natives.
And let me tell y'all something, ladies. This man know how to cook y'all some food. That man could cook gumbo, some etouffee, jambalaya, all of that good stuff. Now, he cook a little better than me. Now, I could throw that out, too. But
ask my nephews.
But, bro, I really appreciate you coming on the podcast today. I think we're going to start a podcast outside of Verbally Effective real soon, since we kind of, gel off of each other so well. We know each other so well. But thank you so much for coming. I wish you success with EdXact Tax Prep. It'd be tongue-twisting me when I be saying it.
That's all right. As long as they come, go to that site, call that phone number, get up with me.
Yes.
I love you, too, to the moon and back. Take care.
Yes, love you so much. And thank you guys for tuning in. I want you to subscribe to the podcast on all streaming platforms. That's Verbally Effective with Ina Esco. Also, subscribe to the YouTube, the Ina Esco channel. And I want to send a huge shout out to the Consortium MMT. We are in their fabulous state-of-the-art studio. Big shout outs to P. Harden, Brandon Lewis, and my girl Kai. And thank you guys for tuning in.